I know what you're thinking. It was me, Al Capone. But I didn't do nothing, and never did. The coppers would blame me for everything. If a guy tripped on a curb, it was Al Capone. If a kid dropped his ice cream, it was Al Capone. I was just a man trying to make a living. Those miserable bastards. Even though I had nothing to do with this. Hell, I wasn't even in the state when this went down. I'm gonna help Treasure explain what happened.
February 14th, 1929, the St. Valentine's Day Massacre. Step back in time to the gritty streets of Chicago in the Roaring '20s, where crime and prohibition fueled a deadly underworld. In this gripping exploration, we dive into the sinister events that transpired at 2122 North Clark Street, where rival gangsters clashed, leaving 7 men brutally gunned down. But why did it happen? And how does this gun link to that historically tragic moment in American history? As rivalries escalated, tensions reached a boiling point between the gangs, and the stage was set. The echoes of gunfire shattered the quiet Valentine's Day morning, leaving behind a gruesome tableau of blood and betrayal.
I gotta give it to them. The execution was swift and merciless, with the assailants making a clean getaway, leaving the victims sprawled on the garage floor, dead. All except for one. And his name was Frank Gusenberg, the tough son of a bitch. Frank Gusenberg was a notorious hitman in Chicago, and part of the North Side's gang under the leadership of Dean O'Banion. Now, to put it abruptly, Dean was an idiot. I never liked the guy. So you can see that my fondness for Frank wasn't all too high as well. And he would always carry around this gun, an old Colt .38 revolver. That was recently sold at auction. And of course he had it on him the night of the St. Valentine's Day Massacre. Too bad he didn't use it then. Well, that's my cue to go. I'll let Treasure finish this off. See you around.
Frank was the only one who was alive when the police came. After being shot 14 times, he was rushed to the hospital. When police questioned him, he refused to give any details about what happened or who did it. Frank would go on to die in the hospital, keeping everything that happened to the streets, famously saying, "I was never shot." The massacre marked a turning point in the Prohibition-era gang warfare, igniting a nationwide outcry and intensifying law enforcement efforts. While the case went unsolved, many experts say it was the work of Al Capone, even if it was never proven. The St. Valentine's Day Massacre remains a haunting chapter in American history, a grim reminder of an era marred by violence, corruption, and the relentless pursuit of power. The bloodstains left on that cold Chicago floor tell a tale of betrayal, criminal enterprise, and a city caught in the crossfire of its own vices. And to this day, the very spot of the assassination is open in Chicago.